Hello, Stephanie Arwine here. That's a picture of me in the center of your screen. Today we're going to continue our lesson on email marketing. Of course, email marketing is probably one of the biggest things that you will do because by doing email marketing and email marketing the right way, you can make money with even if a small list. You can make big money, but you got to do it the right way. And we're going to continue our series of training on email marketing and email marketing the right way. Now, how will email marketing the right way help me by giving value? How will that help you? Well, first of all, you're going to be recognized as a leader in your niche. By providing value and training, you'll be considered a leader in your niche. It will also increase your lifetime customer value. And what I mean by simply that is if you start scamming them and slamming them with your stuff, buy me, buy me, buy me, which is what about 90% of the marketers in the industry are doing right now, they'll be on your list, but they will never open your email. So even though you have you've captured their email and contact information, they're worthless because they're not opening and looking at your stuff. And again, you'll need fewer leads to make big money. Charge high. You'll be able to charge higher prices or sell higher ticket offers. Again, because you're giving your value and they know, like, and trust you and they follow you. You've created a following like we talked about in our last training video. You'll be able to convert freebie seekers into buyers. And in our industry, there's a lot of freebie seekers. They're looking to turn around and spend $0 and make thousands of dollars back in return. I'm going to be real honest. That's where I started in the industry. I found a free product, and it worked. It's still working for me, but it's taking me forever to make long-term serious money with that freebie offers. So I found a product that has value and is a higher ticket item, and all of a sudden I need fewer leads, fewer prospects to make big bucks. You can stand out from 99% of your competitors. Again, most of your competitors out there are just simply every email is buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, and oh, by the way, I have another stuff I want you to buy. By sending value, you're going to find your core group of customers. In other words, you're going to find those group of individuals who are opening your emails on a regular basis, who are interested in your stuff, realize that you are a leader, you know what you're talking about, and they'll be more likely to buy from you. And you can actually review a dead list. What I simply mean by that is you can take an old list. That's how I started in this journey. When I realized this little magical trick on how to provide value, I took my dead list that was not opening my email, and all of a sudden they began to slowly turn because I was giving them something that they needed. Again, if you're doing it the right way, there's no need for hype. All you have to do is just be genuine and be yourself. Now, why building trust is so important? First of all, it positions yourself as a leader and not a follower. Again, you're standing out from the crowd, not in the middle of the crowd. You position yourself as an expert in a sub-niche. What that simply means is that you're going to be, with the products and the services that you're going to offer, the training, the information, the value you're going to give, you're going to be the expert. And when people have a question, they're going to be emailing you, even if they're following someone else right now, because this is what's happened to me. I've had individuals who had a different product, but they got a hold of them, got on my email list, and they're not even sure how, but they got on my email list, and now they're looking towards me as a leader, and they're following me now. No matter what I'm doing, they're now loyal followers. You never want to mail for affiliates. If you do that, again, buy my stuff, and you're going to make lots of money. They're going to spam your list, and you don't want that because that gets you lower open rates as well in your autoresponder. I'm not going to go into that today. It also allows you to sell without using hype, and you can just be yourself. People buy from people. They don't necessarily just buy the products. They may be going out and looking for a product first, but when they see that you're going to solve their problem and they get to know, like, and trust you, then they're going to buy from you no matter what stuff you're doing. And you don't have to create other things, and certainly don't copy and paste somebody's mass email. You can email your own stuff, and this will happen over time. And then always over-deliver. Make them feel like they're stealing stuff from you. And you can also share stories and your beliefs. We're going to go over some examples of exactly what types of emails there are out there. There's a plethora. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you the different types of email. And I'm going to give you some samples. And again, these are just samples. I know everyone that's watching this video is pretty creative. You can probably take the samples and make better ones than I did. And if you do, share them with me. I love to see what other people are doing and find out what's working for you. So what kind of emails can you be sending out? Well, the first one we talk about is sharing your beliefs. The purpose of this is to share your beliefs and build a relationship with people who agree with you. Now, I'm telling you, you're going to piss somebody off. Some will love it, some will hate it. Some will repel you, and that's okay. You're going to repel the people that you don't want to work with. So here's an example. Here's a subject line. I get so annoyed when marketers pitch me every day. Do you agree? Every time I open my inbox, the same marketers are pitching me a new thing, shiny object every day. Let's be honest. Does this help anyone? I don't think so. Well, that's sharing your beliefs. And it's just an example of it. And you take your own twist, put in a different subject matter, and then of course you can also be sure, and always in all of these emails I'm going to share with you, go ahead and include your email, get a picture. You can go to get a gravatar, which is if you don't know what a gravatar, that's a picture of you. You can go to gravatar.com, upload your own picture, and use a link. It creates a link. And you can put your own gravatar and your own picture in all your emails and create a signature. What I've done is just simply I've got a note set up on the side of my computer, and I just pull it up and I copy and paste so that I have the same signature in all my emails. So sharing your beliefs. Another example are story emails. Now, this is sometimes hard for some people to do, but as you get better, the more you do it, the better you'll get. I find that even when I listen to webinars, there's one gentleman that I listen to on a regular basis, and at first I'm like, why are you telling us the stories? Get to the meat of it. But I realize that his lesson is being taught through the stories because people can relate to stories better. And as they relate to stories, especially if they relate to you and stories of things that have happened to you, then they're more likely to build trust with you. So the purpose of a story email, quite simply, is to engage, to build trust. And again, people just love to read stories. Here's a subject line of this example. This is my aha moment. About 6 months ago, I used to spam my list with new offers after new offers. I thought this is what I should be doing because I watched the big name marketers do the same. Can you relate? One day, I decided to change things up a bit based on another big marketer I followed, and I noticed that he always over-delivered on value. Once I tried this, I noticed more people opened my emails, and I made more money promoting one product. It was then that the light bulb went off in my head. By offering value, I could sell more with a smaller list and had a greater following. Does that make sense to you? This is my favorite story, and it's actually the most true for me. Up until just recently, I was doing what 90% of marketers were doing. I was sending out their standard emails. In fact, they would give you copy and paste type emails and just put in your information. And that's what I would send out. They even have the autoresponder series, which is great, I think, for newbies. People are brand new getting started out. They need some help getting started. And that's what I did. In fact, I did that for almost a year. And I had the long list, but they weren't working for me. People weren't opening my email. I didn't get it, and I didn't understand why. So I became a student of internet marketing, and I found someone who was giving value, and I began following that individual, and I learned so much. Again, I encourage you to get on lists of two or three leaders in your industry, whatever product you're marketing, it really doesn't matter, and see what they're doing. Open their emails, get on their list, follow them, and don't copy and paste them. That's plagiarism. But go ahead and see what they're doing, and if they're having success, then that's who you want to follow. And that's exactly what I did. Besides this example of a story email, this is really true, and it really happened to me. Okay, another example of an email or ask emails. The purpose of this is to get feedback or suggestions. Everyone has an opinion. They love to give their own opinion. So why not let them? Well, not only does that get them to engage with you by asking a question and getting them feedback, it also encourages them to open the email. And really, isn't that what you want? Don't you want your audience to tell you what they want to hear? Because if you're giving them information that they don't want, then even though you think it's value, your readers don't think it has much value. But if you ask them what they're looking for and ask them for suggestions, I've gotten some really great ones that I had never thought about, some things that I actually had to research, but once I did, I got better at it, and I began to answer questions in that particular area. So the purpose of an ask email is to get feedback or suggestions, and here's your example. Subject: can you help me out? For the last couple of weeks, I've been back and forth on creating a forum for my team members to interact and share feedback with each other. But I'm not sure if this is something you would even be interested in. Would you mind giving me some feedback replying to this email? Perhaps you've got some ideas on what you can use as an ask email. If you do, please send them to me via my email or my Facebook page. I'd love to see what you're doing and see what's working, and perhaps we can share them with others so that they can be prosperous as well. Another type of email is what we call bullet emails. The purpose of these is just to let people know what they will learn about or see on a sales page and build anticipation and desire. For instance, the subject matter of this one is webinar tonight. Hey, how to use your story to sell more products and build a loyal following. It gives them the date, the time, day and time of the webinar, and then it gives them bullet points of what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to build trust by sharing your story. You're going to learn how to build your core audience. You're going to learn how to get people to like and trust you, and you can learn how I was able to go from making no money to guru status. Now, what's the difference between the bullet email and perhaps the ask email? Well, first of all, the bullet emails is very short and simple. You see, we all read and look at things differently. Some would prefer just a short, get to the point, and give me the information and go on, while others really like to read stories. So if you mix those up and have a little bit of both, you're going to hit the center and hit the biggest range of your audience. Another type of email is your plan of engagement. The purpose of this one is to get their attention. And it's very simple. Here's an example one, and it has a very short subject line. It says, you have to see this. I just posted up a new lesson in Facebook group to show you how I sponsored 5 people this week into my business, completely free. You're going to want to see this because I can't even believe myself just how easy this is. And then you should tell them to check it out. Now, this does 2 things. One, notice I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm not trying to sell anything in my email. And again, all of these, I don't have my signatures in them. We'll be sure to include your signatures in it. But there's 2 reasons I want them to do this. One, I really want them to engage. I want them to open up my email. I want them to read more. I want them to go to my blog post. But here's the other reason. If they go over, take this one and this example, go to my Facebook group, they comment on my Facebook group, my information now is perhaps not only going to be shared in their Facebook profile, in my Facebook profile, but theirs as well. And also, if anyone else, now that they have commented, anytime someone else comments on my Facebook page, they're going to be notified. And it's just plain and simple that the internet likes interaction. So when they interact, that shows that whatever my post was, it has value, and it'll stay closer to the top, and I'll get even more likes and shares on it. And again, that's what we're all doing. We are marketing it as well. Does that make sense? Okay, the next one is the empathy email. The purpose of this one is just to build empathy and trust. Again, trust is the key word. The example I've given you in this one is, I can't believe I just witnessed this. Today, I just witnessed a popular marketer insulting this customer and cussing at them right on his Facebook wall. I don't know about you, but this makes me cringe. Treating customers like this is just plain wrong. Again, I can't believe I just witnessed this. They're going to want to know, your audience is going to know, what did you just witness? And then they're going to relate to you. And again, you're trying to build a relationship with them. Notice I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm just making a comment. And you can, if something like that happened, you could highlight that by leaving names out. You don't want to promote names or anything, but you could actually show an example of what you just witnessed and saw. Again, if you have an example of an empathy email, I'd love to see it. Send it to me via email and message me in your email box. Another example is to admit your flaws. Again, the purpose of this is just to show that you're human. I get questions all the time, or email responses that say, is this real, or is this just a robot? Well, because the email comes right to my email box, and I look at all of my email box, I actually responded to that one and said, yeah, I'm real, I'm human, and I'm out here, and here's my picture, and here's my Facebook information. Let's connect and see what we can do to help each other's business. So admit your flaws to show you're human. It helps readers realize that they can do it too. For instance, here's my subject line. I was scared, blankety blank blank. If you've seen my videos, I'm sure you can see I'm confident, but it wasn't like that when I started. I was so terrified by my videos, it seemed like a hostage video. It took me over a month to get the courage to be more confident with my videos. this is very, very true, believe it or not. When I first started doing videos and using this, I'm using a Mac computer today, and so I'm using their version of PowerPoint as Keynote. Now, I used to be very familiar with PowerPoint. I used it all the time in presentations that I used to teach, but I was not familiar with the Keynote system with Mac. I knew it was a great system. I just didn't know how to use it. So it's only recently that I have been able, because I've used it more, because I keep practicing and I change things, and I'm okay to make a mistake. Been able to go in there and change colors and change formats and add pictures, things that I've always had the ability to do, but didn't know how. So I'm just like you. No matter what this video looks like today, trust me, the first few videos, if you go back and look at my videos on my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then go back to some of the very earlier ones I put out. They sucked. Okay, they were not very good. But I got out there. I left them out there. And the reason I did is because I wanted to know people. I don't care if you look at my earlier videos and go, holy crap, if that person can do it, I know I can do it. In fact, we just had a video training. I had a webinar with my team members, and one of the panelists with me, we were showing off a brand new video maker. And we were determining whether we as a team, and if we wanted to use it, and if we wanted to promote it to our team. Well, the good news is it was really cool and had some really, really cool tools. But my thought process is I want the beginner to know that they can do this too. They don't have to have all the skill sets. They can start at ground zero and work their way up. That's one of the reasons I left some of my crazy videos up, is because I wanted you to be able to see it and realize that, yep, I'm human. I screw up too. Another type of email that you can send out is what you hate emails. The purpose of this is to relate, to build trust, to build anticipation for your own offer, subject matter. This really ticks me off. Every single day I see people use fake scarcity tactics and a hype to sell the new shiny offer. Not to mention they promote a new offer every single day of the week. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help you, and it's getting old. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to build trust with your audience and sell a lot of products without using these slime ball tactics. Register here. That's a good example. And you see in my email, as I'm reading it, I've made some typos. Now I got to go back and decide whether I want to correct those typos or just leave them as they are, because yeah, I'm human too. Okay, another kind of email is the scarcity email. The scarcity email is very simple: to get people to buy. The subject line says, only 3 spots left at this price. As you know, I just launched my coaching yesterday at this discounted price. The only reason I'm doing this is to get some early testimonials before I raise the price and officially go live with the offer. If you want to get in on this offer for $500, make sure you grab your spot now. Once the spot is filled, I'm shutting the doors down until I launch it, and price goes up to $1,000. Believe it or not, guys, this scarcity email works. It works like gangbusters. But you don't want to use it all the time, because if you start using it all the time, even though it does work, people get numb to it and they won't open it. Okay? So be careful with using it, and be careful when you see them and know them for what they are. Great email techniques. The other one is shock email. The purpose of this is to show people, get attention, and build trust. The subject line of this one is, they disowned me for this. I recently made the choice to get out of a product launches and promoting the shiny new object of the week. My inner circle I was a part of said I was an idiot for getting into network marketing, and it's a scam. However, I feel the same about the business, the model that they were doing, and I only want to focus on helping people and my subscribers, and I feel this is the best decision for myself and my own followers. This is another very, very true one with me. My inner circle that I work with now, I'm still part of that group, but they have a different technique and a different method to marketing to their list and to their potential prospects. I have completely changed directions now, and I'm following a different mentor, and my goal is to give only value to my readers, as opposed to just sending them junk and sending them, hey, buy my stuff. Okay, another one is the call me email. This is really great if you're doing autoresponders. This is a great one if you've dripped on them for like 4, 5, 7 days and they still haven't bought. This is a good one to slip in. It builds trust, helps people over the edge, or to use upsell strategy. The reality is sometimes people don't buy on the first time around for a variety of reasons. They meant to, but they got distracted. They meant to, but had to go to work. And then they just never got back and pulled the trigger. And then they forgot how they found you. That's happened to me. I've had people that looked at my stuff, were going to buy from me. They wanted to buy the product. They ended up buying the product because they didn't have my link. they ended up buying from someone else, and they regretted it. They were calling me, begging me, how can I get back on your team? I want to be on your team. I like what you offer, and I like your techniques. So this is really, really great. This is simply just subject matter says, hey, call me. I know you've been on my email list, and you've been reading my emails, but you haven't joined me yet. If you're on the fence about getting started, I will be in my office until 4 p.m. today. Feel free to call me and give your phone number, and we can go over any questions you may have. If you don't want your phone number in, if you do, what's it called? I don't do it. Y'all know what it is. I can't think of it. What it's called. Anyway, where you can do it on FaceTime or whatever it's called on Skype. Skype, that's one. If you do Skype, you can do Skype. Whatever tool you use, whether you want the phone or Skype. Here's the thing, guys. When you actually give them out your phone number, I don't get that many phone calls, so don't freak out by giving somebody your phone number. If you don't want to give out your personal phone number, you can always go to Google, and you can Google. Google actually has phone numbers that you can get and have that number. It's free, and you can actually have that number forwarded to your cell phone number or whatever number you'd like. That way you're not giving out your home number, but you do have a phone number where they can call. So don't freak out by giving a phone number. I get very, very few phone calls. I do, however, get a lot of people asking me and give me their phone number, and I don't mind calling them. But again, realize that I don't get that many phone calls, believe it or not. I mostly get emails, and that's why I've gone to sending everybody my Facebook. It doesn't invade my privacy quite so much, and I'm not answering at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because after all, this is a worldwide business, an online business, so there's not much telling where the people are coming from. But I still like this technique. Someone showed me this technique, and I have started using it. And again, I don't get a lot of phone calls. I do get a few. But I have been able to close the deal by just simply giving them my phone call. I'm not calling them. I'm giving them the opportunity to call me. And then if they've already made the decision, I give them the link to go ahead and join me. Another one is a discounted offer. And the purpose of this one is quite simply is to make lots of sales. Subject line, I buy one of my products and get the other 9 free. I just want to let you know about a special sale I'm having this weekend where I'm going to let you get all 10 of my product for just the price of hassle-free outsourcing at $47. I'll be shutting this down Sunday night at midnight Eastern Standard Times. Grab your discount here. Believe it or not, that's another one. I don't use this one a lot, but this one works really, really well as well. Here's one is amazing offer. The purpose of this is to get a lot of people to buy. Subject line, I'm going to build your list for you. How would you like to have a list of 5,000 subscribers for you? I'm even going to create your squeeze page, create a product for you to give away, and drive all the traffic. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? If you don't get at least 5,000 subscribers, I will give your money back. I only have room for 5 people. Grab your spot here. Now notice that this one has an amazing offer, and it has a scarcity offer inside of it as well by saying I only have room for 5 people. So you better get it now because I only have room for 5 people, and by the time you see it, I may only have room for 3 people. This one is a good one, and it works well. I don't use it a lot, but it does work well, and I've received emails like this, and I'll be honest with you, I've been one of those that go, oh crap, I better get this. And I've gotten it even when I know that it's a scarcity technique, and they probably have room for about 500 people, but they're telling you 5. It works. It works with even experienced marketers like myself. Here's a proof email. The purpose of this one is to prove your knowledge, show you and produce the results to build trust. Here's a subject line: 200 subscribers in 24 hours for $40. I just added 200 laser targeted subscribers to my list in 24 hours, and this isn't the low quality solo ad subscribers either. I did a full case study for you here on my blog, and of course you give them a link to your blog. I've used this one. In fact, this is one of the techniques I taught you in our last training is to give proof email. Use testimonials. Go to whatever widget you're selling. Go to your testimonial page, and I'm sure your provider will give you lots of testimonials. Use those testimonials in your blog. You don't have to use them in your email, but you can use a subject in your email and then send them to your blog. And again, you want traffic. Every email you should have should be sending them back to your blog because that gives you high traffic to your blog, gives a higher ranking for your blog. And typically on your blog, you have little side pages or things for them to click a link and buy your stuff there as opposed to in the email itself. Point out a big problem. The purpose of this is to build trust, point out an issue, provide a solution. Here's a good one. Subject: can't rank with YouTube. Today someone asked me in the Facebook group, Stephanie, how do you dominate YouTube so easily? And I started talking to him. I realized that he's trying to master 5 traffic sources all at once. Then I spotted the problem. My reply: you can't master 5 traffic sources at once, but when you learn to dominate one thing, it becomes easy. In today's blog post, I'm going to show you exactly what I do to dominate YouTube and Google ranking in with video. And notice when I use something like this, once again, I'm sending them right back. I'm not trying to sell them something, but I'm sending them right back to my blog post. And in my blog post, not only will I answer the question and solve the problem, but I will probably offer a solution to that problem, and that solution I may be an affiliate of that they can help them. I hope these so far the ones that I've shown you help you figure out how to do different types of emails. There's quite a plethora of more. I hope the ones that I've showed you point you in the right direction. And please follow me on Facebook. Follow me on. You can certainly subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if any of these have helped you, or if you have examples of any of these, I'd really like to see more examples of and how you've done it, or even a different variety that have helped you. So email me, send me an email, let me know, send me a message to your blog post perhaps. Send me a message to your blog post. I'd be more than happy to help you out by making comments on your blog to help your blog with your ranking. We can help each other by that. Don't feel that if I'm promoting a product and you're promoting the same product that we're going to hurt each other by commenting and leaving positive comments on each other's blogs. That's far from it. We will actually help each other's ranking by doing that. So feel free to comment on my blog post, follow me on Facebook or on Twitter as well. And again, this is Stephanie Arwine. Email examples of how to email the right way and just exactly what to say to your email list. Thank you for watching this all the way to the end, and I hope you have a blessed day.